This is Utah's Matthew Joseph Montgomery. He is the RX-7 Group's biggest notorious scammer and profiteer. If you Google his name, you find a bunch of threads talking him out and showing all the times he has lied about his parts conditions and applications, and how he's constantly going after people who call him out on his profiteering, harassing, stalking, attacking them anywhere he can find them. Now, Matt himself personally does not own an RX-7. He's never built an RX-7. He doesn't work on RX-7s. He literally just buys RX-7 parts and then marks it up about 200 to 500%. Now, Matt claims he has a business, but he doesn't actually own a real business. He doesn't have a business name. He's not a registered business. Everything he's doing, he's just selling parts randomly on Marketplace. Now, Matt joined in 2017, and in 2018, he started buying and selling parts. By 2019, I decided I was going to go ahead and start selling him parts, and we started having decent communication and transactions until I started seeing that he was selling all the parts that I was selling him back online for about a 500% markup, and I wasn't okay with that. In 2019, Matt got the admin position on one of the Australian Facebook groups that sells FC parts. Through this group, he started slandering and blasting anyone who would call him out on his profiteering and his lies about the parts that he was trying to sell, the conditions and applications used for. Once I called him out, I was immediately banned, and then he immediately proceeded to create a dozen fake accounts and start harassing myself, my wife, and my underage child on Facebook. Over and over and over again, I continuously blocked each profile that he would make and start harassing my family with, but no matter how many times I blocked his profiles, he'd make a new one and start fucking trolling and harassing us again. Now, I'd like to go over exactly what he's posting about and why he's posting these specific things and talking about these sexual activities to my child on his Facebook fucking music program post. Now, Matt has spent the last couple of years swearing up and down that he's just warning Liam about nothing in particular, except for he's very clearly showing pictures that are about a conversation that was removed from the RX-7 argument. Actually, the entire argument group was removed from Facebook for making pedophilic remarks and the sexual exploitation of a minor, such as my son, and all of these comments they were making about him publicly. Now, because I had the RX-7 argument group, the original one, removed from Facebook for all of their pedophilic fucking remarks, it's hard to show exactly what I'm talking about, but here's a screenshot of when they started talking about how I was going to fuck my son by stalking my profile and taking pictures of me and my family out and about and suggesting that we were dating and that he was my new side chick. That's what Noah stated, at least. And so the argument group ran with that shit. Then they started calling me a pedophile, even though they were just sexually exploiting my child and talking about how I fuck my child, and they were the ones being pedophilic. Now, this is a proven fucking fact, because Facebook removed the original group because of the sexual exploitation of a minor, the nudity, the constant pedophilic, remorseless bullshit that they all started spouting about my kid and me. The reason why they decided to go ahead and start saying pedophilic shit is because I was actually calling them pedophiles before they started singling out my kid and talking about pedophilic shit. Chris Weigel here, one of my friends from the RX-7 groups that I ended up telling to go fuck himself once I found out he was a pedophile, is the reason why they started doing this. Now, this picture here is my car at his house with a body kit that I had just helped him get that I was going to build and put on his car for him for free. This is what mostly established our friendship and why I ended up giving him a chance. Now, here's the problem. Over the next year or so, I ended up finding out the man had so many fucking skeletons in his closet, I could not be his friend. While we bonded on cars, I couldn't help but notice that my wife and every female friend I had fucking hated him, was not okay with him, and was constantly voicing how uncomfortable they are with his existence. This is why I understand all of the people who are promoting Matt Montgomery, because I took my friend's side and disregarded and ignored everything that they had warned me about, said that they had seen all the signs and things that made them feel so uncomfortable. That was the case until his best friend, Nathan, who lived with him in his house, had a girl over who was his daughter that was only 6 years old. And he raped that little girl in Chris's house while Chris was there. And Chris says he doesn't know about it, but Chris defended this man, bought him a lawyer, and tried to say that he was right. Nathan was persuaded and manipulated by this 6-year-old into having sex with her. Yeah, I have a complete video and write-up about everything that happened on YouTube. You can check it out here. Well, Chris Weigel ended up going on the RX-7 argument group just to watch the drama between me and Matt unfolding when I was talking about his profiteering. And he had to put in his 2 cents because he thought it was amusing I was going to get banned because he liked making sure that I couldn't talk about him on any of the platforms and mentioning the things that he had done, like this, that he had tried to fuck or fucked a 15-year-old. Because I'm sorry, how many of you fucking people out there are going to actually believe that this man in his 30s, who had been divorced and hadn't gotten laid in fucking years, was going out on a date with a 15-year-old alone in her house after taking her to the top of Mary's Peak and driving her around, taking her to dinner, knowing she was 15, and yet still went home with her and just gave her a kiss and said goodnight? Yeah, fucking right, he fucked her. So, of course, Chris started going around all of the local Rotary groups and screaming to anyone that would listen about how maybe I can't be trusted and maybe I'm going to scam them. Anything he could say to try to get me banned or blocked from being able to post everything that I'd experienced with him and what he was. So while explaining the Chris situation to all the people on my friends list and the local groups stopping the slander and lies that he was trying to spread to discredit my name so that my story wouldn't get out there and he wouldn't be shown as the pedophile that he is, that's when Matt started running with this story right here, and why this picture, the picture he posted on my son's wall, has to do with the sexual exploitation of a minor. Why when he makes all of these comments and posts these things on my son's wall, he's suggesting that I am going to incestually rape him, like Nathan did to his daughter at Chris's house. But he's the only one who is going on a minor's profile and talking about sex. I never have. I'd never talk to a minor, let alone about sex, especially on Facebook. So after years of him slandering and going around trying to scream that I'm a pedophile to anyone that would listen on all of his platforms and harassing me, my wife, my son, we made videos trying to get him to stop. Matt tried to say that Becky didn't exist. Becky made videos saying, I'm real, here's us, stop fucking harassing and slandering us. He still wouldn't stop. So I had to call the police. And this is what the police said.
Brigham City Police, this is Susie.
Yes, my name is Joe Maddox. I live in Oregon, but I am calling you guys because I believe that I think you guys are the people I need to speak with about a situation that I have encountered. My son has a Facebook profile on the internet, and he is active with his friends and stuff on social media. We monitor his account, and we noticed earlier that a gentleman named Matt Montgomery in Utah has been contacting him and talking about sexually explicit things, posting sexually explicit
let me get you
pictures.
to dispatch.
Okay.
I'm going to go ahead and stop you so you don't have to go through it all again.
Okay, thank you.
I'm going to get you to dispatch and let them know that you need to speak to an officer. Hang on 1 second.
Okay. I'm going to have an officer get in touch with you. It'll come from a blocked or restricted number, so just make sure to answer it, okay?
Absolutely, will do.
Yeah, what's your first and last name?
My name is Joe Maddox, Maddox.
All right, like I said, I'll have an officer reach out to you, okay?
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye. Hi, my name is Joe Maddox. I'm assuming I'm talking with a police officer.
Yeah, this is Sergeant Thomas, Brigham City Police Department.
Okay. Okay. So sorry for that confusion.
That's okay.
My name is Joe. I am calling because I am calling on behalf of my son, who is a minor, who is being harassed sexually by a gentleman in your county named Matt Montgomery. He has. We had an altercation about some RX-7 parts on a Rotary forum, where I kind of pointed out that his pricing was profiteering. He got incredibly offended, attacked me about it, and I thought that was that. However, he then went on my son's Facebook wall and has been harassing him for years since then, to the point where it's gotten now to where he is posting, like, on my son's posts on social media, like his Facebook page, where he's posting about his school play. Matt is now coming on there and posting sexually suggestive pictures and talking about incest and warning him about people coming to try to sexually assault him. I need it to stop. I've tried to take it to the forums to get these people to remove him and make him stop doing this. I tried to get Facebook to ban and block him from being able to do that, but he makes other accounts and he keeps doing it. So I have multiple times of him making multiple accounts and doing it, as well as, you know, the nature in which what he's doing. And I can't seem to get anybody to make it stop. A couple of the admins don't seem to think there's a problem with a 40-year-old man, you know, going and talking about sex to a 12-year-old kid on social media. And so there's really nothing I can do about it when it comes to the groups and Facebook standing. So I'm reaching out looking for you guys to see if you can help me with this guy's, stalking, harassing, and making sexually explicit comments on my son's Facebook page.
And you said he's approximately how old?
He is a 40-year-old man.
And do you have a picture of him that you can send me?
Yeah, I have everything well documented. I have him confessing multiple times over to doing it because he thinks it's okay. He thinks that warning my son about, people coming to sexually assault him and posting sexually suggestive pictures and harassing him on his Facebook profile for no other reason than to get back at me for making fun of his prices is okay. And so, yeah, I just pretty much...
Did he send your son any pornography?
No, it was a bunch of pictures of like Joe Tiger and things like that where he had put my face and things like that on and started. I also have him talking about those pictures stating that that's me going to sexually assault my son, and then taking all of those pictures and that he had posted in all of the groups, which I can show that I actually had 2 of the groups. Facebook removed them from Facebook entirely, and I can show that they did that because it was sexually suggestive of an underage child. And so the groups got pulled, but then when the groups got pulled, that's when he took it to my son's actual wall and started, telling my son that, I'm going to sexually assault him, and that, he needs to watch out and all this type of stuff. And he hasn't stopped doing it since. So
okay. Okay. So what you're telling me, based off of what I'm understanding here, is that he is constantly, after you've told multiple times, told him to stop. You've contacted Facebook. You've contacted your local authorities and stuff like that. You've told him to stop. He's sending messages, but they're not of any nudity. However, they are consistent and not stopping and getting more aggressive, I guess you could say. Is that correct?
They are without exposed genitals, but the Tiger King pictures and stuff, it's the dude naked, just without a crotch shot, and he is suggesting that Liam watch out for, the sexual assault. And yes, he has been continuously posting these things online to try to...
Okay. So as crappy as this may sound, people can say those sort of things. They can even send those types of pictures as long as they don't expose any genitalia. That would be where it would cross the legal line. Now, however, you've asked him to stop, and you've contacted Facebook and admin that way and stuff like that. He is we are looking at the lines of harassment criminally, but as far as the sexual explicit content goes and stuff like that, I wouldn't be able to pursue that end of it, but I could definitely look into the harassment side of things. I just need to be able to verify who it is and that he does live in our jurisdiction. Otherwise, I'm going to have to forward you on to the next jurisdiction that he would live in. So if you've got a photograph of him or any information that would help me contact this individual, or at least find out where he lives and who he is, then we can go from there.
Okay. So, wow. So it's actually legal then for him to go on a minor's wall and talk about sex on Facebook?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, as long as he is not suggesting that he wants to have sex with the minor, yes.
Wow. Okay. Well, okay. Well, can you send me an email or something so I can send you those pictures?
I can send you my email. That's not a problem. I'll just give it to you over the phone here if you're ready for it.
Let me see. All right, what is the email?
It is J.
Well, unfortunately, YouTube considers posting the email address of this officer up doxing, and while the officer and the Utah Police Department, I have contacted them, and they are fine with me sharing their information for others to get a hold of him for Matt Montgomery problems. YouTube has decided that I have to edit this part out, so if you have any problems, just contact the Utah Police Department and get a hold of him.
Alrighty, well, I'm going to hang up then and send these off to you right now, and let me know what we can do with it.
Yeah, I'll take a look at him, see if I can match a photo to... I have a couple Matt Montgomerys here, so let me see if I can find a couple photos, see if I can find something that matches, and we'll go from there. But I'll give you a call back here shortly once I look at those, okay?
Awesome, thank you much.
Thank you.
Bye.